time for us to get into the consumer tech segment. And today on the consumer tech segment, we'll be talking all things Apple from the Apple event. Now, Philip Kofi Ashon has joined me here. He is the host of City Trends on 97.3 City FM and also the head of production here at City TV. It's a fascinating conversation. Looking forward to it. Use the hashtag Breakfast Daily and WhatsApp line if you want to ask any questions or contribute 05505858832. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
Why are you so excited? Why are you so excited?
Philip, my phone feels like a dinosaur.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, all things considered. But before we get into it, in case you missed anything having to do with the Apple event, this is a quick summary of what you missed yesterday. Check it out. Basically, in summary, that's what you might have missed. And just as a precursor, I mean, for the last couple of months, we've seen an Apple event where the latest series of iPads, for example, were outdoor. There was the iPad Air, there was the iPad Mini. We saw also an event where iOS, in terms of the operating systems, iOS was also, and all the changes with iOS and macOS were also outdoor. So yesterday's event was kind of the outdooring of the iPhone and the range of iPhones. And I think when you watch the 1 hour or 1 hour,
almost
about 20 minutes of the event, you'll understand why they dedicated one event for it, because there's quite a bit that you need to get through. And it's interesting, for example, the introduction of the HomePod, which I think was a pretty interesting device. I mean, the HomePod Mini, because the HomePod itself came out sometime in 2018, the original HomePod. And then there's the HomePod Mini. I mean, my major challenge with the HomePod Mini is you literally need to be connected with a smart home. Otherwise, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's almost just like having a speaker. And I can imagine quite a number of people at home right now watching us or in their offices, wherever, who already have speaker systems at home. And when you look at the HomePod Mini, it's really, really tiny. I mean, they talk about how there's a lot of great sound coming from it, but really, I mean, it looks great. At the core of it is Siri's functionality. But then really, like, what is the motivation really for getting a HomePod Mini? Well, if you don't have a smart home, if you don't have a fully connected smart home, I really don't see the point of getting one, because the whole point is for you to be connected with literally everything that is smart in your home. I mean, there's an intercom, for example, that Apple introduced as part of the HomePod Mini, whereby, for example, it can be connected with your phone or your watch. So let's say a father is going out, and that was one of the examples that they showed. A father is going out, the rest of the family is in their rooms, everybody has a HomePod in their room, and the father can basically indicate, everybody let's go, and it's automatically sort of sent around everybody's room. A father is probably on his way from work, he wants to order something for the family, he can send a quick message, and it plays in the house for everybody. But realistically, think about it. How many people are going to afford a $99 HomePod Mini?
Times 5.
Times 5. What is it going to be connected with? How good is the internet such that Siri will work seamlessly? Because quite frankly, Siri is quite useless if you don't have good solid internet. And even when you have a solid internet connection, it's not that encouraging to use. And besides, there are so many other options available. There's everything from Alexa to there are so many different smart speakers available today in so many different sizes with so many different options. Some of them have even LED screens and things like that. This one doesn't have anything.
It sounds like you're not feeling this one.
I mean, I'm just saying that like we have to be like, and I always say this, like the fact that the technology has been introduced doesn't mean that you have to jump on it. You have to really look at how it fits into your life. When you look at your life in Ghana today, what is the role of a home or a HomePod Mini in your house? Especially if you don't have any connected devices. I mean, for people who have connected lighting systems and things like that due to Philips and everybody else, like it makes sense. But then if you don't have those, you pretty are just buying a wireless speaker, and you might as well have bought a subwoofer system, slotted it into your house, and had a good time.
But for $99,
I mean, for $99, yes, people might not necessarily think it's a lot of money, but if you add $250 to that, you are probably going to get yourself an iPhone 12 mini. So, I mean, just balance it off and think through it, you know. But, I mean, moving away from the HomePod comes the iPhone 12. And I just want us to watch a quick video of the iPhone 12, first of all, and then we'll get to the iPhone 12 Pro later on. So check out the iPhone 12.
Before we look at that, why did they have to do so many options of the 12?
I mean, because you are looking at different bands of individuals. You're looking at different revenue or disposable revenue available to different people. I mean, that's why and when you listen closely to the keynote, they keep referencing, you know, they introduced the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini as a separate part of the presentation. Then they came to the Pro lineup. It's the same thing when you look at the iPad, the iPad mini, the iPad Air, and then the iPad Pro. Same conversation when it comes to the MacBook, the the MacBook Air, and then you have the MacBook Pro. So I think they're trying to give you an understanding that you're dealing with two completely separate lines of individuals who need different things. And when we break down the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, you will understand the difference between the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini. So let's check out a quick video of the iPhone 12.
A singular new design, a re-engineered chip, and 5G.
I mean, there are a number of things to take away from that. Firstly, that jumps out at me, and my favorite thing is a MagSafe. For those of you who don't know, the MagSafe is basically a system of connecting a charger to, initially was to your MacBook, you know, where it's magnetically connected to your device, and then it charges it. It's interesting that they've introduced it into the iPhone, because for me, I predict that by the iPhone 13, we wouldn't have a lightning port anymore, because it really doesn't make a lot of sense.
I agree.
I mean, when you think about the fact that Apple now is going to ship the iPhone 12, or all the iPhone 12s are going to ship now without a charging brick. And then you are going to have the USB-C to Lightning in the box, but you are literally going to have no charging brick. You're not going to have any earphones because they've realized more and more people are buying wireless headsets and wireless earphones. So I honestly predict either the iPhone 12, iPhone 13 or 14 will cease having a lightning, sort of
cable
slot for you to charge, just because of the MagSafe. You don't need a connection because you literally just slap the charger onto the back and you're pretty good to go. And these are available. I mean, for people who use wireless chargers, they are available literally everywhere. So that's one of my major predictions. One of the other things that also hits you, of course, is the water resistance. I mean, when you look at the fact that it can go about 30 or 60 meters for 30 minutes, 60 meters for 30 minutes. You can submerge it if you like into a bit of water. Don't go too deep for at least 30 minutes. I mean, nobody says drop your phone in the water, but at least you have a certain level of cover at any point in time, if anything, and you could clearly see that. I mean, there it is. Just
I have a confession.
Watch it away.
One day, I took my iPhone 7. And I went to Kwame Nkrumah Museum. And I said, look, this thing is supposed to be waterproof, right? Honestly, I didn't keep it in for long, but it worked. So I can imagine what the 12 will do. You can actually literally stay
I'm glad
in
it
there.
worked. But please don't try it at home. But I mean, quite a number of things, like I said, really, really jump out at you. The MagSafe is one. The iPhone 12 Mini for me is an immense device. Not just necessarily because of the size, because it's really tiny, but when the actor slips it into his pocket, the fact that it completely disappears in your breast pocket alone, the size of it, and the fact that it has almost the same capabilities as the iPhone 12. I mean, what are you looking for? And you are basically, and here it is once again. Just look at the size of that device, and now it comes to 5G in a bit.
Into his pocket.
Now, when he slips into his pocket, look how tiny it is. How tiny the phone is, and it just fits directly into the pocket. Like, that is how extreme it is, and that's one of the things I like about it. The other thing also is the issue of 5G. Apple made a big deal of 5G. I personally think they are 2 years late to the 5G conversation. But then everybody talks about the fact that when Apple comes into the conversation, it changes the way the industry basically has been playing. There's been, Samsung has done marvelous work with 5G. Huawei has done marvelous work with 5G, and I think Apple, even though it's late, clearly is accepting the fact that 5G is the way to go. And so the entire lineup of the iPhone 12s are all 5G enabled. So that's just to put things in perspective. Now, the reason why it's not such a big deal in Ghana once again is because we haven't even activated a conversation. I mean, Huawei has been making a lot of noise about 5G, but we don't have any semblance of anything that will give us 5G speeds in Ghana. Even in the US, during the presentation, when Verizon came onto the stage to talk about it, there are only a select number of cities in the US that offer 5G. Ghana doesn't have it in any shape, way, or form. We're not going to have it in any shape, way, or form anytime soon. Probably in about 5 years, we can have a conversation. We can start a conversation about 5G in certain parts of Accra. In certain parts of Ghana,
you think
you don't even get 4G. In certain parts of Ghana today, you don't get 4G. So what are you talking about? Well, let's just be realistic. In certain parts of Accra today, we don't have 4G. Some parts of Accra today don't have 2G. Let's just be realistic.
Of Accra?
I mean of Ghana don't have 3G.
True.
Let's just be realistic and deal with it. So you are most likely going to have 5G, a semblance of it in about 2 or 3 years. But in terms of a proper rollout across the country, I don't see it happening anytime soon. And so that's why, if you're going to buy it for 5G capability, then forget about it. Or move out of Ghana and go and live somewhere else. But then if you're buying it for something else, well, this is why you should be buying the iPhone 12. Let's have a look at the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max.
Oh, man.
Now that is a seller. Let's have a look at that quick video.
A singular new design, a re-engineered chip, and 5G. This is iPhone 12 Pro. The vertical band is precision machined from stainless steel. The ceramic shield on the front is tougher than any smartphone glass. And tighter borders allow for even larger Super Retina XDR displays. 5G is set to change the world with radically faster speeds. The hardware and software have been optimized for the best 5G experience. A14 Bionic has a smaller 5-nanometer transistor, which pushes the most powerful chip in the smartphone generations ahead. A new and improved Pro camera system makes the 12 Pro the photographer's iPhone. The larger iPhone 12 Pro Max takes these innovations even further. Its bigger sensor dramatically increases the detail capture and helps improve low light performance by 87%. The custom-designed LiDAR scanner puts advanced depth mapping technology in your pocket. You can now take a night mode portrait and unlock a new world of possibilities for augmented reality. iPhone 12 Pro smashes the benchmark for highest quality video in a smartphone. And the movie industry can now count on it as an essential piece of equipment. It is the world's first device able to capture, playback, and edit 10-bit HDR footage with Dolby Vision. iPhone 12 Pro comes in 2 sizes and in 4 finishes, including New Pacific Blue. An integral part of this year's design is MagSafe, an intelligent system of magnets that connect accessories in a whole new way. All this and more make iPhone 12 Pro the most powerful iPhone ever.
And you see, this is what I was talking about.
They ended the thing by the guy standing up from his tripod. He's doing time lapse. My goodness.
Yeah, and the time lapse feature comes. You see, there are a number of things. For example, the introduction of the night mode on the front-facing camera, the Dolby HDR recording that you can do with the back camera. All the back cameras are now 12 megapixels, and the main camera is actually 1.6 aperture. Like, if you understand the whole essence of an aperture in a camera, and someone tells you have 1.6,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. That is DSLR level, and some DSLRs don't even have that.
Yeah,
and so. And this is why it is pro grade. This is, and when you see the way it is used, mounted on a drone, mounted on different rigs that are able to capture the sort of images that you're seeing. I mean, that just gives you a good idea of why you would have to pay out over $1,000 because the Pro Max is $1,099.
Yes,
that's the base. That's a 256 model, and then you have the 128, the 256, and a 512. There is the iPhone 12 Pro as well. That also gives you virtually the same capabilities. But obviously, the Pro Max is much bigger. Than the Pro, but that's really the main difference. But listen, when you think about the capability, the ability of these cameras to be able to shoot in night mode and what you're able to capture straight from the camera, the quality that you get, there's Pro RAW in terms of, I mean, because most photographers shoot in RAW. Now there's a Pro RAW sort of format that has been introduced by Apple. What it gives you is that freedom to be able to manipulate the images the way you want them, all done on the phone. You can edit on your phone, on the go. And look, it's very difficult to not realize how great this device is. And all the device manufacturers have been doing pretty good work, but then you can clearly tell just how much more you get when you have an iPhone in your hand as a filmmaker. I mean, we've reviewed the Note 20 Ultra. Excellent device. And now you have the iPhone 12 as well. And so for people who are looking at going pro or using their devices for more things than just making a phone call and sending text messages, you have a bit of a decision to make. Which of the devices you go with. But I mean, I always say, look at how you live your life. Look at the work that you do. Look at the demands on your work. Look at the specs available from all these devices. And then make a decision, because it's a very, very difficult decision. Truthfully and honestly, it's a very, very difficult decision.
Well, Philip, we're grateful to you for bringing this to us. Fantastic array of new gadgets. I think the most difficult decision will have to be made by those who are gadget geeks.
Right.
Yeah, they'll struggle with it. But
because for me, when I think about it, if I want to get an iPhone 12, I'm likely to get an iPhone 12 mini.
Yeah.
And just I'm
call
okay.
it a day.
I'm okay.
Thank you very much. Philip Ashon is the host of City Trends, and of course he brings us consumer tech segment as well, and he's also the head of TV production here at City TV.
Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on City TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on City TV.